Hi guys, I'm Diogo Morgado. I had a privilege of playing Jesus Christ in the upcoming movie Son of God. It's a pleasure to be at Guidepost. It's really important to understand that it's not a role. It's pretty much someone that his life changed the world as we know it, and it's pretty much alive for billions around the world. So to do something like that, it's really big shoes to fill. Out of fear, obviously, I took it as another role. So I start my research, reading everything that I could, seeing everything that I could. But at one point I really stopped because I realized there would be no acting skill that could help me out on touching people's hearts and sharing love, which was, I think, the ultimate message of Jesus. So I changed my approach, and I realized it had to be something that had to be really personal, spiritual, emotional, and I took it as a personal journey for me. You know, this movie, the wonderful thing about this movie is regardless of what you believe, it has a power to touch you and give you something, give you love, give you hope, give you, the sense of altruism. So this is what I'm really proud of, and we did is something that it comes across beliefs-wise, and it doesn't have walls. It just touches you deeply in a relationship one-on-one, like I believe that Jesus was. People tend to ask me about why I smiled so much as Jesus. It was not random. It was not random at all, because for me it was like they were living in oppressed times. They were living like crucifixions were like on a daily basis almost. It was an awful, terrible freak show. And so imagine, people were not actually living, they were surviving. Then the next day they could be dead. So imagine a foreign coming up to this village or city, just smiling. Just smiling. It had to be at least magnifying. It had to be, and especially kids would be like, why is this guy that we don't know is smiling? What is the reason? Let's follow him. Let's follow him and hear what's the reason that he's so happy and so full of love. So that was really important for me. And that's all of the things that I got from growing up in Portugal as a Christian. I mean, I'm really proud of certain scenes that are really known, and we kind of twisted a little bit and gave it a splash of a different approach to them. I really love the scene where where Jesus says that Peter will deny him 3 times, because there's this really known lines of Peter saying that to Jesus that he will not fall away. Jesus actually believes it. He actually believes in Peter what he was saying. So there's this wonderful, human, profound, brotherly hug, and while they're hugging, it's almost like God's whispering to Jesus' ear, you know what, my son, I'm sorry, but he will deny you 3 times before dawn. And then, so when I say those lines, as Jesus, it's like, it's not judging. It's Peter, I understand you, but this is what's going to happen. And I forgive you already, So it's like this full of loving thing that I think Jesus was, spreading all the time while he was here. I got from my mom, I guess, the best compliment that I would ever, heard. Because the thing is, I was worried about her reaction, seeing his son on screen, getting this really sacrificing scenes and the physical demanding scenes. So I was worried about her, and I was not in town at the moment, but I called her as soon as I knew that she saw the movie. And the truth is, she said to me, like, Diogo, I had to say to you, after 5 minutes of seeing you on screen, I was not seeing you anymore. I only saw the figure of Jesus. And I was like, okay, I think mission accomplished. I mean, what I really love about the mustard seed scene is the fact that, everything starts with an intention. Everything starts with a sense, with a feeling, So especially for, like I said, I'm getting a lot of letters and a lot of messages from atheists, from people that doesn't have like a specific belief in anything. And they're reaching out to me saying, you know what, Diogo? There's something about that touched me. There's something about that scene or that line or that the whole thing that touched me, and I'm still figuring out what to do with this, you know. That's basically the mustard seed. That's basically something that was planted there, and it's growing, you know. And the thing is, it's growing with and out of love, you know. And it's just this feeling of, you know, as long as we keep the message of Him, we will be on the right track. We will be on the right path, regardless of what we believe. So we don't need to put ourselves in boxes in terms of what we believe, as long as we understand that the message and what we're talking about is love. And it is important to look, you know, around us and see what can we do to make the world better, to spread, you know, love, to share that feeling of, you know, people ask me a lot, what changed, what actually changed in me after this role. I used to think, you know, I truly believe that we would need like a group of people to actually make a change, you know, like an organization, a charity, something like, we would be needing more than one person, in order to change things for the better or help out or anything. Actually, no. Right now, what I learned from this is like one person can make a difference every single day, you know. Sometimes it's just a gesture, sometimes it's just a smile, sometimes it's just a kind word saying, you know what, I think I never said to you, I love you, man. Thank you for this and this and this, and thank you for being my friend, or thank you for being my colleague. Sometimes it's so little that can make such a huge impact on people's lives. And that was the message for me, you know, and that's what I truly believe. And that's why I'm really proud of this movie, or kind of doing that, you know, is regardless of what you believe, is bringing people's light, love, compassion. And I'm really proud of that.